All right, welcome to Mother's Day Yoga. I'm so super grateful you're here. And if you have your oil, just place in your hand. If not, just rub your palms together. Just create some heat in your palms, sitting up nice and tall on your sit bones. You can have a little cushion underneath you and just create some heat. And then place it on the back of your neck and just begin to rub the back of your neck. So being a mother is hard work, right? There's always someone who needs something. um, and so this is a time that we're just going to honor ourselves and honor the journey that we've been on and the beauty of the journey, because motherhood is a journey. There's a funny little meme that's like, ain't no hood like motherhood, which is true. Like there's ain't no hood like motherhood. Like, clasp your hands behind your back, inhale, lift your chest. There's another funny quote, just hold it there, just clasp your hands behind your back. And I just want to read one more funny little thing that I found recently that really summarizes my experience with motherhood. One who sacrifices her body, sleep, social life, spending money, eating hot meals, peeing alone, patience, and energy. I love the peeing alone part, because I don't think anybody will really understand that we don't actually get to pee alone anymore. And when we do, it's like such a magical experience. So, all right, bring your right hand down, extend your left arm over. Good, lift and reach. And coming back to center. Bring your left hand down and coming back to center. And then begin to roll your shoulders. And the other last quote was like, it said momster, like a momster. And it says, what happens to mom after she counts, after 3? You know how you're like, I'm going to count to 3, or the momster, and then roll it the opposite direction. Good. And now we're just going to begin to roll our head around. So some of us are still carrying our babies, like actually physically. Raise your hand if you're still physically carrying your child sometimes. Yeah. Carla. Yeah, so like pretty much everybody. And Mari and Jamie are going right back into that. And then bring your right cheek to the right side and bring your right hand onto the outside of your left cheek and extend your left arm down. So those days for me of carrying the kids are over, but I must say that takes a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially if you're doing it on the right or left side. Most of us tend to do it if we're right-handed on the right side. So just notice as we stretch through different poses how the different sides of your body feel based on that information. Let's take the opposite side. So bring your left hand to the right cheek and extend your right arm nice and long. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. And make your way back to center. And now we're going to, if you had a block or something here, we're just going to remove that block or whatever you have going on. And we're going to bring our feet together to touch. So bringing our feet together to touch. And for some of you, this might be like really intense. Like, so nod your head if this is already feeling intense. Yeah, okay. Good, and so we're just gonna ease into it, right? We're just gonna do it's called butterfly wings, butterfly pose wings. And what I want you to do here, and Carla, you can actually use some of your oils as well. Just begin to massage the bottoms of your feet. Begin to massage the bottoms of your feet. Again, this is part of the self-care we're sort of sneaking in a little bit of extra massage here. And just give yourself a nice massage here. Just massage it out. Your feet are the focus, the foundation of everything. If you can't stand on your feet, you don't have a foundation. So we're just going to honor the feet, honor the motherhood as we walk as mothers, right? The motherhood walk. And then we're going to extend our left leg long. So we're just going to draw our right foot into our left thigh, and then we're going to inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, just walk yourself forward. So for the pregnant ladies, you might want to veer off to the right side so your stomach is not directly on your left knee. Okay, so the pregnant ladies to the side, and then other ladies just forward fold. Try to just breathe into the sensation of that stretch here. Inhale, and then come to a flat back, and then exhale, forward fold again. So inhale, we're going to make this dynamic. Inhale, and then exhale, forward fold again. Good, come back to center. And then now we're going to extend the right leg long. And again, if you're pregnant, coming off to the side. If you're not, just forward fold over your right knee. Inhale, flat back, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, exhale, forward fold. Good, make your way back to center. Bring your knees together. Bring your feet together and just give yourself butterfly wings here. Good. And then from here, we're going to make our way onto our tabletop. So we're going to come into our tabletop pose. So this is something everyone can do, no matter where you are. If you have sensitive knees, you can bring a towel or something, but generally your yoga mat should be good enough. So from here, we're going to inhale, lift our chest. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. So cat and cow. And inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. So now we're just going to do some fluid movements. And this just activates our body, creates some energy in our circulation, creates some circulation in our body. So we're just going to move with some grace and ease. Just move with some grace. So part of being a woman is checking into our femininity, our sense of nurturing. You know, that's part of being a mother. So we're just kind of checking in here, focusing on the sacral chakra, which is right above the root chakra. So just moving here. Good. And then we're going to just sit back onto our heels. Sit back nice onto your heels, and then we're going to bring our forehead all the way down onto the mat, just like this. Just bring your forehead all the way down onto the mat. Inhale, exhale. And I want you to set an intention for your practice this morning, and I want you to make it focused on motherhood, right? So what is something that you want to cultivate more of in your parenting? What do you want to cultivate more of in your relationship with your children? And we're going to share about that at the end of class, what you focused on throughout the practice. What did you come back to, right? Just like the breath, we come back to the breath when we move, and when we hit hard things in life, we come back to the breath. What do you want to focus on, bring more into your parenting? And then coming into tabletop. And we're just going to do some core strengthening activities here, lower back strengthening and toning. This is applicable to everybody here. So extending the left leg long and extending the right arm forward, holding it here. Point that left foot, holding it here. Inhale, exhale. Good. Nice and long. Inhale, exhale. Now we're going to draw our right knee in and extend out. I'm not going to say touch your left knee. If you want to try to touch your left knee, that's fine. But if you have a belly there, that's not really going to work. You're just going to do, if you have a belly there, just slowly draw your right knee, right elbow in and your left knee in. And lift, and one more time, in and lift. and then lower down. And just notice how that felt for your body. Did you start feeling weaker, or what, just noticing your body? That's why we're here, to notice our body, right? And now we're going to extend the right leg long and extend the left arm forward, holding it here. Again, focusing on that core, drawing that belly button in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This tones everything. This is such a great pose, and it strengthens the back. The back is really important, especially if you're pregnant. Your back can start to hurt because you're carrying so much weight in the front. Now, again, we're going to draw our left elbow to our right knee and extend. One more time, touch. Obviously, if you have a belly there, you're not touching, but the rest of you can try to touch and extend and touch and extend and lower down. And if you're like, woo, that was already a workout, well, that's good. You're using your muscles, right? Now we're going to bring our right arm up to the ceiling, bring our left hand down, and we're going to bring our right hand underneath and thread our needle. Bring our right cheek to the mat. This is a very low impact twist, but if the pregnant ladies don't feel comfortable doing that, they can just bring their hands on the mat and clasp their hands and bring their forehead onto the mat, just like so. So a couple variations, but I did twist all throughout my pregnancy. I was still doing hot yoga in my 9th month. So besides from standing on your head and lying flat on your stomach, I think everything else is just peachy. It was just peachy, but you got to go with what feels good for you. Okay. All right, coming back to center, bring your left hand down, extend your right arm up to the ceiling and lower your right hand down. Bring your right hand down, extend your left arm up to the ceiling, take a big breath in, and draw your left arm all the way through. Thread your needle on the opposite side, twist. Here, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And make your way back to center. And from here, we're going to roll over the tops of our feet. For some of you, it might have been a while since you did the downward facing dog. So we're going to just ease into it. We're not going to go crazy yet. All right, and we're going to just roll over the tops of our feet and just come to a very early downward facing dog, and then come back, right back onto our knees. So super simple, and just going to wag our tail side to side. So we gently want to make our way into this pose, but we're going to take it slow, right? We're going to take it nice and slow. So let's take it again. Roll over the tops of our feet, making our way into downward facing dog. Good. Start pressing those palms of the hands into the mat, elongating the tailbone, feeling that stretch on our calves, the back of our thighs, and then lowering back down onto the knees, and wiggle those hips side to side. Beautiful, side to side. Last time, roll over the tops of our feet, make our way into downward facing dog. Good. Now this time we're going to come onto our tippy toes and press that palm into those palms into the mat. Really elongate that tailbone. Really create that upside down V. Good. This looks great. I can see you guys. It looks beautiful. And we're going to walk, very intentionally, walk to a flat back. So we're going to bring our hands onto our shins. And then we're going to exhale, forward fold. Good. And we're just going to shake our head yes, and shake our head no. Okay, so we want to say yes to bringing in all the good vibrations with our children. We don't want to be momsters. I don't want to be a momster. Doesn't mean I'm always perfect, but I ideally want to be a momster. And say no to the explosions, the anger, the frustrations, and just see this all part of the journey. And then inhale, reverse swan dive, make your way all the way back up. Good. Inhale, arms overhead. Arms overhead. Good. Bring your hands to prayer pose. Good. And just close your eyes. Think about something you're grateful for with your children, right? What is it that you're grateful for? What is it? What's something about them that brings you so much gratitude? And we're just going to meditate on that for a second. At the end of the class, we can share what that was. But right now, just meditate on what are you grateful for? And hopefully you can find something. If it's a trouble to find something, well, that's why we're here. Just kidding, just a little mom humor. Okay, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Swan dive forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Good. From downward facing dog, we're going to glide into a high plank. Again, this can be like super activating if you haven't done yoga in a while. So I encourage you, if this is too much, if the plank is too much, just bringing your knees down. It's just way chiller. There's no reason to stress out here. If you're like, I want to do so much yoga now, well then we can talk. But right now, we're just going to keep it simple, holding it here. Inhale. Exhale. This is going to also help with that carrying of the kids, building that upper body strength. And then I want you guys all to bring your knees down if you haven't already, and bring the tops of your feet onto the mat. And we're just going to come into a low chaturanga. So drawing those elbows in, we're not really hitting them, we're not bringing our stomachs to the mat, and then we're just coming to an upward facing, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Good, so you notice how our bellies are not really on the mat, and that's really just to protect the belly, and we can all do that, and it builds the upper body strength anyway, so it's a win-win. Bend one knee, bend the other, and just work out the dog, and just feel your calves, right? How do your calves feel? Do your calves feel tight? Do they feel loose? Just notice, and we're just going to take the right foot and place it on top of the left. So plant your palms into the mat, elongate that tailbone. This should feel like just an awesome stretch here. And now we're going to take the opposite side, so the left foot over, and press those palms into the mat. And from here, we're just going to walk our hands, and see how my feet are still crossed? And then we're just going to forward fold here. Inhale. This can be quite intense if you haven't practiced yoga in a while, so just go easy on yourself. Inhale. Exhale, just go easy. Now walk yourself back to downward facing dog. And we're going to take the right foot over the left. And we're going to walk, and forward fold over your right side. So just notice again the differences. Remember how I talked about there might be some differences because of how you're holding your child, or even if you're, if you're pregnant right now. So just notice what's going on. And then walk your hands. Make your way back to the downward facing dog. And we're going to do that chaturanga one more time. So high plank. Again, as I said before, you can always bring your knees down at any time. Really focus on that lower back, the lower spine, just keeping that nice and aligned, and then bring your knees down. Draw those elbows into your ribs. Low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, exhale. Walk your hands to your feet. And then this time we're going to take ragdoll. So we're going to draw our hands onto our elbows and holding it here. Yep. I'm going to try something for my hair. Hold on. Because I look like Cousin It right now. So I want you guys to be able to see me. So just holding it there. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Good. One more big breath in. And then just come all the way up. All the way up. And then bring your palms to Namaste. Good. I'm just going to bring a little what's it called? A little rubber band to my hair. All right, how are you mamas feeling? Good? Yes? Are you feeling the vibes? Feeling the Mother's Day vibes? Yes. Mother's Day vibes. Oh, all right. So from here, we're going to clasp our hands overhead, and we're going to bend our knees a lot, and we're going to bring our feet together. So we're coming into just a very simple Ukutasana here. So Ukutasana pose, so your hands are clasped together, you're sinking into your hips. Good, this activates so much, yes. You're squeezing your thighs, and then open up your palms, holding it here. And we're just gonna pulse for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. And then come back up to center and bring your palms together, and then we're gonna reach over to the right side. So reach over to the right side. I was looking at Carla and she's wearing all white, and I was just like, oh, that's so nice, it's all white. And I was like, reach over to the white side. Coming back to center, and taking it to the opposite side. I should wear white on Mother's Day. It's like communion, right? And coming back to center. All right, let's try that again, because I really want to work our thighs here, because, you know, that's, why not work our thighs, right? So from here, sink into your hips, draw your thighs together, sink into your hips, and then open your arms nice and wide, holding it here. And we're going to do a pulse for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, holding it here, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, standing straight, and feel, and you know, just move some stuff around, because obviously that might have like created a little bit of a burn, you know, no matter how, when you've done yoga, I even felt the burn, so it's good to just move some stuff around. There's some stuck energy there, we gotta move it around, right? Move it around. All right, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant hands, step back, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, good. Bend one knee. Look at those flowers above me, isn't that nice? It's like your own little bouquet when you're watching me. All right, now we're gonna extend our right legs, open up the right thighs. Okay, stay here. Just breathe into that stretch. It's an opening, big hip opening here. Inhale, exhale. When you're ready, step through to warrior 1. So coming into warrior 1. Good. So your hips are squared to the front to see me, yep. And then clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest. And just holding it here. Keep bending into that right thigh. Your back foot is at a 45-degree angle. I know you can't see my back foot, but it's at a 45-degree angle. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And we're just going to come right back down onto our hands. So this is runner's lunge. So you're coming right onto our hands and just holding it here. For a lot of you, this is just enough. This is just enough. You might want to bring your left knee down. So holding it here, breathing. So feeling that stretch. So you're really feeling that stretch on the left thigh. You should feel that pretty intensely on the left thigh. So just notice that. Inhale. Exhale. Just breathe into that space. Breathe into the intensity. Inhale. I'm feeling it this morning. I did a lot of driving yesterday, so ideally I don't like driving on Shabbat, but it happened. Okay, now extend that right leg long. And if you have a belly, just move it off to the side. You're just going to forward fold over to the left side. And for the rest of us, just forward fold over the right knee. So again, we're doing those forward folds that we started in the beginning of the class. We're just doing them again. Inhale, exhale, and then make your way to runner's lunge again. And from here, bring your left hand down and extend the right arm up to the ceiling. So high twist here. Inhale, exhale, and then bring your right hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. All right, let's take the opposite side. So extend the left leg, open up the left thigh. So this is a big opening here. And then step through to warrior one. Inhale, rise up. So your back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Your hips are squared to the front of the room. And then clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale, and exhale. Bring your hands down onto the mat, holding it here. Toe heel your right knee to face the mat. And then bring your right knee down. Top of the right foot on the mat. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then we're going to extend the left leg forward. So the left leg extends nice and long. And notice the differences on each side, right? So notice what's going on this side compared to the right side. So just breathe into it. Inhale, exhale. This is self-care, right, ladies? This is what we need to do more of, because this is what's going to protect our bodies, help our backs, and then help with overall how we're feeling in the day, right? Overall, our health, our bodies, stretching is so powerful for our muscles, for our circulatory system, for our lymphatic system. It cannot be underestimated. Make your way into runner's lunge. Bring your right hand down, left arm extends up to the ceiling, high twist. Inhale, exhale. And then bring your left hand down, extend your left leg back, step back to downward facing dog. And let's just come into that nice, easy child's pose right now. We're just going to sink into our hips and bring your forehead back onto the mat. So most of you have already moved a lot of stuff around your body. So we want to just come and calm into the moment right now. Coming back to that intention for your practice that you started out with. So I'm just going to read some quotes that are actually on the wall in front of me because I'm at my yoga studio, and the yoga studio is called Breathe. The woman who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. That was by Confucius. Motion is lotion for your joints. I breathe so I can connect my mind to my body. This is a nice, that's funny, but this one is kind of more just for the yoga studio. This person says, I go to MIT, but I learned to be curious at Breathe. Thank you. At the yoga studio. I go to MIT, but I learned how to be curious at Breathe. So really, yoga is that exploration of that curiosity of the soul, really. All right, making your way back to tabletop. And give yourself a little wiggle. And bring your elbows down onto the mat now. Bring your elbows down, clasp your hands together. And we're just going to roll over the tops of our feet. And we're just going to give a nice stretch here. A nice stretch. Just nice stretch, right? So this is called Dolphin Pose. And we're really planting our elbows into the mat. We're externally rotating our shoulders. And then we're going to slowly make our way into Dolphin Plank. So this activates our shoulder blades, our upper body strength, our core, holding it here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then make your way back to Dolphin. Bring your knees down, plant your palms onto the mat, and roll over the tops of your feet. Make your way into downward facing dog. Walk, 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 walk to the front of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Sink your hips low, make your way into Ukutasana chair pose. So again, squeeze those thighs together. Inhale, lift your chest. Draw that belly button in, and then inhale, rise up. Bring your palms together. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant hands, step back, downward facing dog. Good. Extend the right leg long, open up the right thigh, and then step through to warrior one. So your back foot is at a 45-degree angle again. Inhale, rise up. And then you're going to open up to warrior two. Good. Bend into that right thigh. And then bring your left hand down, extend the right arm over. Reach your right arm over. Good. And then bring your right hand onto your right thigh. Good. And then inhale, reverse again. So this is beautiful for your lower back. And then bring your right hand down. Good. One more time. Inhale, reverse. And then we're going to straighten the right leg. So straightening the right leg on track. And imagine someone's pulling your right hand to the front of the room. And extend your left arm long. And then we're going to reach our right hand onto our shin. Extend our left arm up to the ceiling. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Excellent. This is called Trikonasana, triangle pose. So you want to imagine that you're a nice little triangle. And you might be a triangle with a bump, but that's cool. Some triangles have bumps. All right. Inhale, rise up. And then we're going to open our thighs, right? This is called goddess pose. This is all about being a fierce goddess, like you guys are all fierce, amazing mothers, amazing goddesses, so powerful, right? We can walk through anything. So holding it here, breathing, inhale. Hopefully a baby doesn't come out in this pose, but if you are going to give birth, this is a great pose. Anything with squats are amazing. When you're in the hospital, you can just be like, I'm just going to squat and I'm going to hold on to something. That's like how women did it back in the day. They just held onto like a rope and squatted, and that was that. Because when you're on your back, it's kind of like there's no movement on your back. But this, the baby's like, boom, just pops out and squats. I can't say I always got to this point because I was pretty dilated every time I had babies. But I did have one baby in the water, and I did get on my knees, and then the other one just like basically popped out almost when I was driving there. So it was already on the way out. We just waited a little too long. So anyway, straighten your, I probably held you guys there too long. So straighten your knees and shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. And then inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, forward fold. And this time we're going to grab our big toes. So grab your big toes. Inhale to a flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Draw your torso towards your thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Yes. With every exhale, descend a little bit deeper to your thighs. Inhale. Exhale. One more big breath in. Good. And then inhale to a flat back. And then walk yourself. Come back into that runner's lunge. And then we're going to step your back foot in a lot. So step your back foot in a lot. Inhale to a flat back. So inhale to a flat back. And then exhale, forward fold over your right knee. So we're just going to gently forward fold over our right knee. For some of you, this might be way too intense. So you might want to bring some pillows, or if you have a block over so it's not so intense, but you may want to hold on to something here because to hit the mat it might be too intense. And if you have no other options, then just bend your knees a lot, bend your right knee a lot, and that way it makes it easier to bring your hands to the mat. All right, so walk, and then we're going to bring our right hand forward. So I just want you guys to play around with this for fun, okay? I don't want you to take this too seriously, and don't be too hard on yourself if you're not having the balance, okay? This is just for fun. because it's Mother's Day, why not? So bring your right hand down, and we're just gonna lift our left leg up and open up our left hip to the left side. And if you'd like to, extend that left arm. Inhale, exhale. Doing great, ladies. I'm seeing what I'm seeing. It looks great. All right, now come back to Warrior Two. Use that core strength to come back into Warrior Two. You guys did amazing. That was great. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill down. Make your way to runners, and then step back to downward facing dog. Come into high plank. And from here, you can bring your knees down. Otherwise, draw your elbows into your ribs. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, beautiful. So just notice the sides now. Like notice your right side feels a lot longer than the left because we just did a ton of stuff to the left, to the right side. So now we have to even out the sides and do the left side. So open up the left thigh and then step through to Warrior One. Good, and then open up to Warrior Two. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse your warrior and begin to straighten the left leg. Straighten the left leg on track. Imagine someone is pulling your left arm forward until it can't go anymore and you're like, oh no! And then bring your left hand down, extend your right arm up to the ceiling, looking up at the right hand. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale, and one more exhale. Inhale to rise back up. One more goddess pose, just because it's Mother's Day. Why not? Why not? Why not? Open up, and I want you to think about what makes you feel like a goddess, right, in life. I think I reflect a lot about being a goddess because my whole company now, I brand myself as the breast cancer goddess, and I help women walk through breast cancer like goddesses, right? Not saying like I'm a warrior or F cancer, you know, just kind of like bringing this goddess energy. And the goddess, it's like about fluidity, moving, learning from the experience. And that's really what motherhood is all about, right? No one's perfect. We're just learning as we go along. And some days we're like, okay, I can do that better, right? Straighten your legs. Some days we're like, okay, I can not have that reaction that I just had. I can have a different type of reaction. So it's learning without beating ourselves up, right? That's the growth that happens. And that's what I believe a goddess is all about. We move, we learn, we're moving with the information that we're getting from our soul, really, our consciousness. And we're going to forward fold here again. And then we're going to walk our hands onto the mat and walk our hands all the way behind us. So we're going to draw our torso towards our thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Again, feel that inner thigh stretch. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to a flat back. And then from here, we're going to walk ourselves over to runner's lunge. And from runner's lunge, we're going to step our back foot up a lot. So again, remember that forward fold we did? We're just doing it again on the left side. Again, you can bring some blocks or some pillows if you need to. Otherwise, keep a nice bend here on your left knee. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And we're going to just have fun with it, right? No pressure here, but we're just going to take that balancing pose by bringing our left hand onto the mat or a block and bending into our left knee and opening up the right hip. Opening up the right hip. Now, you might find that you're a lot weaker on this side, right? You're a lot weaker on this side because you're using your left knee. All right, lower down, Warrior Two. So, I'm sorry, you're using your left thigh. So your left thigh is, especially if you're holding your baby a lot on the right side, this side is a lot stronger, right? So you can see the weakness on the left side. When I had the brain tumor, it affected my whole left side. So I'm still building muscle on the left side. I'm doing weights and things like that because I have to build up what I lost through surgery and all that. So for you, you didn't maybe have a brain tumor, but you had a baby, same thing. And you want to, now you want to build up that left side support, and that's where yoga can come in and some strength training. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill down, make your way to runner's lunge, and then step back to downward facing dog. And from here, coming into downward, coming onto your knees. And we're going to come into child's pose. Usually I would have you come onto your stomach here, but we're not going to do that right now. Inhale, exhale. And now we're just going to flip over onto our backs. So we're coming into our backs, onto our backs, and we're just going to draw our knees into our chest and just give rock yourself like a little baby. I'm sure some of you rocked your babies at some point, and now you're being rocked, right? And bringing your feet down and setting up for bridge pose. So inhale, lift your pelvis up to the ceiling so you're squeezing your glutes here. So this works our glutes and our thighs and the back of our thighs, all this whole area here. Squeeze it up, the front of our thighs as well, like the name is escaping me, and then lower down. Good. Let's take it again. Inhale, lift your pelvis, scoop your core, lift it up. Good. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Lower back down. Okay. The last one. If you want to do wheel, go for wheel. The pregnant ladies, I'd probably just not do wheel right now. I was crazy. I did wheel till a baby popped out, but for you guys, just hang low. And inhale, lift up, bridge your wheel, lifting up for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Good. Now we're going to come to knock knee pose. So you're literally going to knock your knees together, just like this. Just knock knee together. Knock your knees together. Good. This should feel really nice. Lower back. Good. And then we're going to come into happy baby, because it's Mother's Day. Happy baby pose is such a great pose. And we're really trying to draw our knees towards the mat, really opening up those thighs. Inhale, exhale. And now we're going to make our way into half pigeon on our back. So we're not going to do half pigeon the traditional way. We're going to do it on our back, just so we're all in the same positioning. And you're going to place your right foot on top of your left knee and draw your hands over your left knee. So draw your hands over your left knee and draw your left knee towards your chest. And you're feeling a big stretch on the outside of the right thigh. And so keep breathing into it, feeling that stretch as you inhale and exhale. Again, meditating on the sensation, meditating on the opening that you're doing when you breathe. Inhale, exhale. Every time you stretch, it gets a little easier and a little easier. So meditating on that, visualizing your hips opening even more. And then coming back to center, draw your knees into your chest, give them a hug. And let's take the left foot on top of the right thigh. So again, notice this side, right? Notice the left thigh. The left side tends to be tighter, right? It tends to be weaker. It tends to be tighter if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, it's the opposite. And so for me, this side is definitely tighter. Right? It's definitely tighter. So just notice what's going on here, breathing into it. Inhale and exhaling. One more inhale and exhaling. Good. Rock yourself up, rock back up to sitting position. And then open up your thighs again. Bring your feet together to touch. Again, giving yourself a little bit of a butterfly here. And just notice any shifts in your body from just the yoga practice this morning. Just noticing how you feel already. So we're going to do Ukutasana. So we're going to do cow face pose. So we're going to bend the left knee, and we're going to place the right knee on top of the left knee. So both the hips are on top of each other, and your knees are on top of each other. If this is not happening, just do whatever feels, it might be look like this for you, right? Just go with what works for you. So holding it here, and then this is another opportunity to give a little massage to the bottoms of your feet. Inhale, exhale. And then give a little twist to the right side. And a little twist to the left side. And then coming back up to center. So we're just gonna do a little straddle stretch here. I'm a big fan of straddle stretch. Straddle stretch, so open up your thighs. Inhale, this is a great one because the belly can just go like this, right over here. Okay, so we're just gonna bring our right hand onto our right shin or onto the right toe. Bring your right elbow onto the right knee and extend your left arm over. So imagine that you're in ballet class or something. I'm sure some of your kids are in some sort of dance. So now this is our little stretch. And we're almost going to do ballet camp this summer, or just for like a week, ballet or fairy dance camp for like a week. She's so excited. Bring your left hand down and bring your right arm over. Inhale, exhale. Good, and then coming back to center. And now we're just gonna draw our torso forward. Well, you wanna make sure not to hunch, right? We wanna avoid the hunch. So this stretch, you should really just feel it in your inner thighs. And you're really working on drawing your torso closer to the mat or to the floor. Inhale, exhale. Again, try not to hunch. You guys look good, but sometimes the tendency is to hunch a bit. So really elongate. Yeah, elongate that tailbone. Yeah, nice and long. Good. And then coming on up. Good. Give yourself a stretch. Inhale, arms overhead. And then exhale, hands down. Imagining a string coming up from the top of your head to the base of your spine. Inhale, and then forward fold. Good. Lift your chest. Good. And then coming on up to center. And we're going to take our bolster or block or whatever you have, some sort of pillow, and we're going to place it underneath our seat. So grab something, even a towel, and then just extend your legs up to the ceiling. So this is a detoxification pose. It's for cleansing the body, because you know what you're doing, you're filtering your blood in a different direction, right? Your blood is going to a different direction. You're filtering your organs here, and it's also calming the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So this is a great pose to do before bedtime if you're having trouble sleeping. It's a great pose that you're bringing your feet above your heart. And it's very calming, it's very restorative. This is one of the foundational poses in restorative yoga. And we're going to remove the bolster. We're going to come into fish pose. So for the pregnant ladies, you might want to do a little modification. I actually would, you'll be fine either way. You just place a cushion underneath your back. and you puff your chest and you bring your head down. So this is a fine pose for you. This is a fine pose. So this is a giant heart opener here. And as mothers, we're always sharing our heart, right? We're always giving of ourselves. Motherhood is the ultimate form of heart chakra pose. Because you are, it's so much selfless service, you know? It's so much showing up and just, you know, Mom, can I have more water? Or Mom, can you do this for me? Or, you know how many times I get asked to do things a day? Right? So it's the ultimate form of love, of selfless service. And that is what the heart chakra is all about. And this pose, Chaturanga, fish pose, is a very beautiful heart opener. And to embrace that selfish service, because it's not forever. You're not going to be asking for something forever, right? And so to really embrace this time, even though we can kind of get annoyed by it, like my kids, we have a water filter, and they can totally go and get their own water, but they always ask me to get them water. And sometimes it makes me annoyed. It makes my husband annoyed too. And we say, you can get your own water, but you know, it's like, it's okay, it's okay. It's all right, there's that selfless service, right? The selfless service, where can I grow in that? And we're gonna remove the bolster and draw your knees into your chest and extend your right leg long. Draw your left knee into your chest. And we are going to twist over to the right side. If you have a baby in your belly, you do not need to twist over to your right side. You can just draw your left knee to your chest. And then coming back to center. And then draw your right knee into your chest. Again, if you have a baby, just hold here. If not, just twist over to the left side. And come back to center. Give your knees one last hug of gratitude for showing up on your mat this morning. Taking that time for yourself. That is going to completely benefit you with your own journey in motherhood, because you're taking care of yourself and practicing self-care. And we come into our final resting pose of Shavasana, and I'm going to lead you through a guided meditation. Inhale, exhale. And visualizing the light coming up from the bottoms of our feet to our ankles, and from our ankles to our knees, and from our knees to our thighs, landing at the root chakra, the base of our spine. And then let that light come to the sacral chakra. And we talked about the sacral chakra in the beginning of class, the feminine divine energy of the sacral chakra, the goddess energy. Let that light cultivate that area. And then the light comes up through to our abdomen, to our solar plexus, which is right in between our belly button, right above our belly button. And the light comes to our chest, our heart chakra, sending some loving, healing energy out to ourselves and to people around us. And the light comes to our shoulders and to our elbows and to our hands, up to our shoulders and our throat. Our throat chakra is so powerful. We speak these words, and sometimes our words are not always we don't always want to align our words with our intention. And sometimes we regret the words that we say. So being intentional with our words as much as possible, especially when we're raising children. And the light comes up to our mouth, to our jaw, our teeth, our nose, our eyes, our eye sockets, our eyebrows, and all the way up to the third eye, which is in between our eyebrows. That's the intuition, the small, still voice that talks to you, that little God driven voice that we either choose to listen to or not to listen to, right? The small, still voice. And then the light comes up to the top of our head, which is the crown chakra, which connects us to everything in the universe, to God, to nature, to our higher power, to everything that ever was and everything that will ever be, every mother that's ever lived. We are all mothers, right? Everybody who's here has a mother. We had a mother. We all can share that experience of being connected with a mother. And some of us are fortunate enough to be mothers ourselves. Final Shavasana. And wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes and make your way onto your side. And I'm just going to read from today's 24-hour day book, which is a spiritual literature for people in recovery. I've been in recovery for about 17 years, and it has really been the foundation of my life and my spiritual connection. And I use the word God, but you can replace the word God with higher power, the universe. But I am going to use the word God. God can work through you better when you are not hurrying. Go very slowly, very quietly from one duty to the next, taking time to rest and pray in between. Do not be too busy. Take everything in order. Venture often into the rest of God and you will find peace. All work that results from resting with God is good work. Claim the power to work miracles in human lives. Know that you can do many things through the higher power. Know that you can do good things through God who rests you and gives you strength. Partake regularly of rest and prayer. And I do see this experience as a form of prayer and meditation. That's what yoga is for me. Yes, it's also good for your body, but there's so much beyond that. And slowly make your way up to a comfortable sitting position. Bring your palms together and your thumb knuckles to your third eye. The light in me honors the light in you. Happy Mother's Day.